So, you think you have what it takes to be the next big streamer, huh? Well, that's really awesome. I'm gonna do my best to teach you how to become a streamer and get started on your journey on YouTube, and that way you can grow your channel and hopefully find some success along the way. I'm still a small YouTuber with only 3,000 subs, but I have found a lot of success, and I'm gonna share all my advice with you guys in this two-part series. In this first video, I'm gonna teach you how to actually start streaming, the software that you're gonna need to download, how to set it up, and what you need to do to actually be able to hit that start button so that you can go live and start talking to an audience. In the second video, part 2 of this series, I'm going to talk about tips and tricks to get you going and how to start growing an audience and how to get people to stick around and chat while you're streaming, but most importantly, how to get them to hit that subscribe button so that they'll come back another day and hopefully hit that dream of one day being an actual YouTuber as a full-time job or part-time and start getting paid. But that's enough chit chat from me. I'll see you guys in the video. Enjoy. Okay, so here I am on my YouTube studio, and all I did to get here was simply clicked on YouTube, and then I hit create and hit live stream. And once you're here, you actually have the ability to go live, except for there's no button that says go live. And that's because you actually have to start sending us your video from your streaming software to go live. And so it's not as easy as just simply going to YouTube and hitting go live. We actually need to have a software to do this. Now, the software that I use for this is Streamlabs OBS right here. I'm going to move it to the middle of my screen. Streamlabs OBS is what I use. Now, to get this, you simply have to go to Google, type in Streamlabs OBS, and there it is. We have Streamlabs OBS right here. It's a free software. You can just go to their website and click download. It's Windows as far as I know. I don't know if it's for Mac as well, although I'm pretty sure that it is. If not, you at least can download OBS. But for this video, we're going to go over what I use here, which is Streamlabs. Okay, so we have Streamlabs downloaded. Now, what is Streamlabs and why do we need it? Well, let's go ahead and open up and let's talk about it. And so here we have it pulled up. Now, what Streamlabs is going to do is it's going to tell YouTube what we exactly want to send to it and what we want the viewers to see. In this case, I'm recording, and so we're telling our computer that we want to record our microphone and we want it to show what's on our screen. Right now, you should see my Streamlabs OBS, and that's because I'm telling it whatever is on my screen here, it's going to record it. Now, when you first get this, all of these areas here are going to be blank, and so let's just talk about these two sections and how to set it up. So here on the left, we have our untitled. These are your scenes here. I don't know why it shows untitled and not scenes. That's really weird. Yours will probably say scenes here, but if it shows untitled like mine, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all the same thing. And what these are presets of what we want our computer to send to YouTube. In this case, I have one called recording. And all it's going to do is it's going to record my microphone and it's going to record my screen. And that's it. And that's what I'm using for this video here. You can actually use this software to record videos as well. And so let's say we wanted to live stream. Well, in that case, I have a preset made as well, a preset scene. And when I click on that, it shows a lot more. We have a subscription goal here on the bottom. We have an alert box so that if somebody donates, something will pop up. Let's say somebody donates. We have this cool little pop-up. We also have it so when I'm actually on live streaming, it's going to show the YouTube chat up here. It's going to record my webcam that I have. It's actually not here turned on, but usually you would see me right here in the corner. It's going to also then record whatever my display is showing and my microphone. And so you're going to want to make one for streaming. You should probably make one for recording as well, because that's just going to be useful. So let's just start with the more basic one, which is simply recording. You're going to hit this plus button up here to create a new scene. You're going to title it whatever you want. Let's say it's going to be for recording. And then you're just going to hit done. And now you're going to have your first scene over here in this section. It should just be recording. You're going to click on it. And here you're going to add sources. Now, I'm not going to create one from scratch or else you're no longer going to hear me or see my screen until it's made. But you're going to hit this plus button from your sources. And here there's going to be some standard preset things here for you to just click on. And from here, we're going to click on display capture because, of course, if we're going to be recording or streaming, we're obviously going to want the audience to see what's on our screen. So let's click on display capture. Now from here, you have to set up what your display is going to be, especially if you have like dual monitors like I do. And so mine's already pre-created to show my main display, but let's create a brand new one as you would. So let's title this main display capture. You can name it whatever you want, whatever is going to make the most sense to you. And we're going to hit add source. Now that it's created, it's automatically going to pop up the settings. If you accidentally close it out or for some reason that happens, it doesn't pop up, just go ahead and right click your source and click on properties. And now that brings us back up to the settings. Capture method is going to be automatic. There's no reason to mess with this. It should automatically just, your computer should automatically know what to do. And then of course we have our display 1. I could do my display 2 here, which would just be my blank screen here. But most likely you're going to want to display whatever screen you're going to be playing your game on. If you do the wrong screen, of course it's going to show the wrong screen to the audience, and it's just going to be very awkward. Capture cursor, you can turn this on or off depending on what you're doing, but most likely if you're playing a game, people are going to want to see what you're clicking on, especially if you're making a video on how to do something. And so if you don't want that to be seen for whatever reason, you can turn that off. Okay, and we're done. Now, so we have our first scene over here, which we titled recording. And now we have our first little piece over here. On your screen, you're not going to have microphone or the secondary display capture because those don't exist yet. Okay, so we have the display capture. So now everyone who is watching your live stream or watching your recording is going to see that. And so now we need to record our microphone. So let's just do it one more time. We're going to add a source. And now we're going to add an audio input capture. Input is what you're putting into your computer. In this case, it's my microphone. An audio output capture would be something like your game volume. So let's go ahead and do our audio input capture. We're going to click add source again. Now I've already created a few sources. But for you, these aren't going to exist. And so most likely it'll already be on this create new source. So let's go ahead and name this whatever your microphone is. If you have multiple microphones, make sure you label this properly or else it's going to become very confusing. In this case, it's my Shure SM7B microphone. You can name it whatever you want, whatever makes the most sense to you. And I just realized I think I've spelled that. I don't even know how to spell this. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Add source. Okay, and now you have to pick the actual microphone. If you click the wrong one, it's going to be recording the wrong thing. So in this case, mine is the Analog 1+2 because I actually have another software which controls all of this, which is my Focusrite USB audio control center. But most likely for you, if you had like an Xbox headset plugged in, it would say like headset microphone, and that's the one you would click. If it's a USB microphone, it should pop up automatically by your computer, and you're just gonna click it. So let's just pretend we're using an Oculus Quest. We would click our headset microphone and hit done. And there it is. And now you can test to see if it's recording audio. This bar will light up. Now, of course, I'm not actually using my Oculus headset, so nothing's going to be moving here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these, and that way our screens look the exact same. So let's go ahead and just click and hit delete and delete. So now ours should look the exact same. We've both added a display capture. We've both added our microphone. My microphone is working. It does show that it is being picked up. And you can adjust the volume here. So if things are too loud, you can move it down. If things are too quiet, you can move it up. Same thing goes for desktop audio. My desktop is automatically recording audio on my display capture. So let's say we're playing a video. The desktop display capture is automatically going to have desktop audio, and see it's not moving. Well, that's because we have nothing playing in the background. So let's go ahead and play some audio and see what happens. Okay, it's picking up my desktop audio. And since it looks like it's really loud, you would never want the music to be overpowering the voice. We're going to turn this down. And what you want to do whenever you're recording is make sure that these volumes look okay, and you should probably listen to them back using some headphones to make sure everything sounds clear. Because one of the biggest mistakes that people make is their mic volume is too quiet. And so if this is turned down and this is turned all the way up, it's going to be very hard to hear the viewer. And you're going to be like, man, this stream is just terrible. You can't hear this guy. And so... Okay, so that was probably really annoying. You probably couldn't even hear me over the volume. And so make sure that you have set up your audio and listen to it before you start streaming to make sure that everything sounds good, the music's not too loud, and everyone can hear you clearly. Okay, so this is really all you need to start streaming. Now, you can add those other features that I talked about earlier, such as having the YouTube chat subscription goal, all these different things. And to add these sources, you simply click on Add Source, and then you can add one of these from your widgets. For example, you have your chat box here, subscription goal, and alert box. These will already be preset up, but you can edit them to make them look slightly different or fit differently on the screen. Let's keep things really simple. We're just going to display our screen and we're going to record our microphone when we go live. And that's really all you need to start live streaming. If you have a webcam, you can go ahead and add a new source and go ahead and pick a video capture device, which it's going to give you a hint of what these things would be for video capture device. If you're ever confused, it says built-in webcams. And so in this case, we're going to use a video camera. And so that's the one I would select. Same thing. We're going to click add source and then we're going to click add. We're going to name it. And then it should automatically find one from your computer. And so in this case, it can't find one because my camera is not plugged in and I have no webcams plugged in. So it actually can't find it. But in your case, yours should be plugged in and it will find it. We're going to go ahead and cancel this because not everyone's going to have a webcam when they start streaming. Okay, so we're to the point where we're ready. Now, we're going to have some buttons down here. Mine's already recording, so that's lit up. But you could press that if you wanted to record your screen and make a YouTube video. You also have go live, which is your other main button. That's really all you need is the record button and go live. Now, what happens if we hit this go live button? It's going to start sending us whatever scene we're clicked on, which is recording, which is going to record our microphone and display capture. And it's going to send that whenever we hit go live to our YouTube. However, we have to link it first. So if we go to our YouTube, we have a stream key. Now, this is very important that nobody ever sees this, because this stream key is directly linked to your video. And if somebody ever were to see this and punch it into their Streamlabs, which we're going to talk about how to do that here in just a moment, then somebody else, without your YouTube account, password, or anything, could actually start streaming on your account. Because all it needs is that stream key to start sending this software to this specific thing. And so if you ever saw my stream key, you could post whatever you want onto YouTube Go Live and it would put it as if it was me streaming it. And so this could of course get you into a lot of trouble if someone who is very evil or wanted to troll you got a hold of this stream key. They could post some really inappropriate stuff and it would look like you're doing it. So never ever share this. If this ever gets shared or you accidentally leak it, you would want to immediately end your stream and delete it. Okay, so we're just going to copy this stream key. You're gonna have to probably create one first, so you're just gonna click this button here and create new stream key. My first stream. You can add a description. Keep this as your default streaming protocol. I'm not really sure what this is. Just leave it as default. That's what I do. And go ahead and hit create. Okay, we now have our first stream key. Now, if I wanted to use my standard Roblox stream, well, I already have it over here. Now, of course, I haven't renamed it, but I can just click on it, and there we go. It's ready to go. It has its title. It's got its description pre-made. It's ready to be monetized and all these things. But let's go back to our first stream. So we've created our stream key, and now our key is here. We're going to go ahead and copy it, and we're going to put it into our software by going over to settings here on the left side. Go ahead and click it. You're going to go to stream, and all you have to do is punch in your stream key right here by just hitting paste. And again, never hit that show button, never leak this. Now, you're going to click on YouTube because you're going to be streaming to YouTube, but there's also a setting here for Twitch, Facebook, and all these other ones here. And now you're ready to go. So now you're just going to hit done, and you're ready to go. Now, once I hit go live, since my stream key is punched into Streamlabs, it's going to send it over to my stream as long as I have the right stream key here, and it's going to automatically start uploading to YouTube, and you're live. So let's just go over the most important settings for you guys to make sure your stream looks good. The first one is here over at stream latency. Always, always, always do ultra low latency. If you do anything else, you're going to end up with a stream delay. Every live stream has a delay to it. And so whenever a streamer says your name and it shows up on screen, he or she has already said that a few seconds ago, but because there's a delay, you don't hear it right away. So there's actually a slight delay on every single stream. If you do normal latency, you're going to have about a 30-second delay. So if somebody says hi to you and you say hi back, they're not going to hear it for 30 seconds. And it's really going to depend. Normal latency was about 30 seconds for me. And I'm sure it varies from person to person, computer to computer. But if you have a 30-second delay, it's going to be very hard to interact with your viewers. And most likely, if you haven't responded to someone within 30 seconds, they're probably already going to leave. And so make sure you do ultra low latency. Enable DVR is going to allow people to go back throughout your stream. I like to keep this off because what happens a lot of the times is people won't realize it, but they'll actually be like 5 minutes behind. And so they think they're live watching you play, but they're actually 5 minutes delayed. And so they'll be typing in chat and won't be getting a response. And a lot of people will think you're just ignoring them. And so to get rid of that issue, I just completely disabled DVR. And that way, everyone, no matter what, is going to be live. And if someone wants to go back and rewatch a segment, they can do it after the stream is over. I'll upload it and people can go back and watch it again. Okay, the only other important setting here is unless live replay once stream ends. If this is turned on, once you're done streaming, the live stream replay is going to go away and nobody can watch it unless you make it public. If you turn this off, when you're done streaming, YouTube is automatically going to upload it and everyone after the stream can go back and watch it again. This is up to you. If you're okay with a bunch of streams clogging up your YouTube, then leave it off. If you want these to go away and you just want people to watch you live, then turn it on. Okay, and let's just go ahead and press our edit button. This is how we're going to title everything. You can give it a title, you can give it a description. You can make it public or you can make it members only. I don't know why you would do unlisted or private unless you had unless you were just running some tests to make sure everything sounded good, which I highly recommend you do. Go ahead and pick a category just like you're uploading a YouTube video. Put in your game title, that way if someone searches Roblox, they have a better chance of finding your stream. Add a thumbnail. I highly recommend adding a custom thumbnail and not just some random pre-made one that it's just going to take a screenshot of your gameplay and put it up. You can add it to a playlist if you would like. Your audience, put no, not made for kids, unless it is made for kids, but then it's going to go to YouTube Kids and not the standard YouTube. Most of you probably won't have paid promotions, so leave this blank. Keep on moving down, add some tags. This is going to help people find your stream. Not super important, but I would just add a couple. Here's the ones that I use. Okay, that's really everything from details, customization. You can just click on these question marks to see what they actually are, but you can make it so anyone, just subscribers or members, can chat. If you end up getting a lot of bots or people saying really bad things, you can switch it to subscribers. You can put on slow mode, which is going to delay how much times people can chat. So if slow mode is on and set to 10 seconds, you can only chat once every 10 seconds. I leave mine off because I like spam. And monetization, once you hit 1,000 subs, and I think it's 4,000 watch hours, but it might be more, you can go ahead and monetize your channel. Okay, and now that's it. Once we hit go live on this button, then it's going to automatically start sending feed here, and it's going to tell you right in this spot. Here it says start sending us your video. Once you hit that button, this will hopefully turn green, and it will say you're live. If it runs into any issues, it'll change colors. It might go orange, it might go red, and it'll give you a heads up of what's happening so that you can fix it. Usually it'll turn orange if you're running into some lag, and your stream is going to then lag, of course. Okay, and really quickly, let's go to the settings here, and let's click on output. Let's go to streaming, and go ahead and copy these stream settings here. They're probably already going to be preset. I'm not really sure, but just worry about the rate control, bit rate, keyframe intervals, the preset quality, profile. Make sure psychovisual tuning is on. I have no idea what it is, but that's what I've been told through my YouTube research, and it works great for me. GPU set to 0, max B frame set to 2. Just go ahead and make sure yours looks exactly like this from rate control on down. If you're running into issues, you can lower the bit rate, but this bit rate is set for 1080p at 60 frames a second. If you have these settings on and you're streaming and over here you keep running into issues where it's orange and it's saying there's too much data being sent or not enough data being sent and there's some lag, it could simply mean that these bit rates are too high, and this bit rate basically means the quality of your video and your internet provider service at your home simply isn't good enough, or your computer's not good enough to keep up with it, and so you can lower it down. You could try 5,000, which is going to be 1080p at 30 frames per second, or go lower, and just Google standard bit rates to figure that out. Okay, we're not going to go into any more detail into this because there's other videos out there, but this is what I use. If you just want to get streaming right away, you can go ahead and just copy these, and then you're good to go. So just a quick recap, you can have pre-made scenes over here on the left. So I have one for recording, which is automatically going to have my mic and display capture. I also have one for streaming, which has my mic and display capture, but it also has my webcam, a chat box, an alert box, and a subscription goal. You don't need these when you start streaming, so don't worry too much about them, but if you want to, you can add them. Go ahead and mess with the settings, and you can figure that out on your own. But let's be realistic, all you really need is a display capture and mic. Once you have a stream key set up on your YouTube, you're gonna go ahead and copy it. You're gonna upload it into your software over here at settings and stream. And now all you have to do is hit the go live button and you're ready to go. Never share your stream key, and this is all you need to start streaming on YouTube. Have fun with it and good luck to you. Wow, you somehow made it to the end of the video. I don't know how many people are gonna make it this far, but if you did, Thank you so much for watching. The first step to becoming a successful YouTuber, especially a streamer, is doing the research and learning how to do it properly and not setting yourself up for failure. So it seems like you're on the right track because I just gave you the best advice I have, gave you all of my settings, and that's how you get started. In my part 2 of this, I'm going to give you all of my best advice for actually capturing an audience and getting them to stay and continue to watch your streams from here on out. But with that being said, I can't thank you enough for watching my content, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it wasn't, I'm really sorry. But if you liked it and it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Well, that's all I got for you until next time. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, take care.